Hey, I'm live. Great. Hey everyone, this is Nazareth Beg. I'm speaking to you from my home office live. And if you're watching this recording, I'm hoping that you can reach out to me after the webinar and ask me some questions. My business partner, Arturo, will be joining me soon. If not, then we will continue and I will cover his part. So Arturo and I, we're not co-located. I mean, actually, we're both living in Chicago. I'm in the suburbs. He's out actually living in the city. And so since we're partners and we can't always, commute to each other, what we decided to do is actually do webinars. And the reason for that is we'd rather spend the time commuting to actually spend that time in the business and serving our customers and our partners. So welcome to the webinar. Here is what we're calling the Tranont overview. And what I'll be doing is going through a set of PowerPoint decks. So before we get started, what I want you to do, whether you're watching this live or watching the recording, and what I want you to do is imagine what it feels like to make an extra $500 a month. Okay, I want you to write that down, take that question very seriously, and really seriously think about, what would an extra $500 a month do for you? Okay, so look at your credit cards, look at your bills, look at your car payment, look at your student loan, your mortgage, or even look at your 401k. All right, what would an extra $500 a month do for you? Okay, how would that change your life? Okay, sometimes people would even say like, hey, an extra $100 a month, man, that's gas money, that is paid for, and people are so grateful for that. So what I want to do is actually raise the stakes a little bit and say $500 a month, and write that down. Does that take care of a car payment? Does that bring you closer to a particular gift that you want to buy for someone? Does that help you pay off your credit cards or student loans? Excuse me, there's something in my eye. And so I want you to think about that. And then now, what I want you to do is imagine what it feels like to make an extra $1,000 a month. You have a full-time job. That's great. What I'm talking about is a supplementary income, of $1,000, okay, a month, which is $12,000 a year. And if you were making $100,000 a year, if that's your yearly salary, or even $50,000, and you were to add an extra $12,000 to your base income, that's a pretty big deal, right? For if you're a six-figure earner making 100K, that's 12% raise that you've given yourself. If you were to be making $50,000 a year, that is a 24% raise. Okay, so I want you to take this very seriously. Close your eyes and just imagine what it would feel like to just make an extra, 12% a year or 24% a year. So today, what I'm going to talk to you about is actually keeping your income, securing your income, and growing your income. Okay. These three things I'm going to talk to you about today. All right. And this is all going to be part of a money plan. All right. So let me start sharing with you my screen. And let me start my slideshow. All right. Great. So fantastic. So this is the Tranont opportunity briefing, all right? And this is the opportunity that I want to present to you all. Let me just explain to you a little bit about who I am, where I come from, and why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing, and why I'm so passionate about what I'm sharing with you today. My name is Nazareth Beg again. I graduated with an MBA from the University of Chicago, Booth School of Business. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer science from DePaul University. Let me put you on mute. Sorry, folks, I'm back. So I graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer science from DePaul University. I'm a Chicago native, born and raised here. Love the Bears. 10 plus years of software development experience. And then most recently, I switched my career into software sales. I'm married and a father of 4. And so I have a pretty busy schedule, okay? So what I'm very passionate about is what I'm talking to you about right now. So let me get to the next slide. What I'm sharing with you today is not tax advice. What I'm sharing with you today is just some knowledge. This is very similar to like if you were to gain some knowledge about a particular pharmaceutical drug that you did research on, and then you get the knowledge and you actually ask your doctor about, hey, I have this condition. I'm looking into this medication if it would be good for me. What are your thoughts? All right. So I want you to do the same thing and take this knowledge and share it with your CPA or your tax lawyer or whoever is helping you with your taxes. If not, at the end of this presentation, I'll talk to you about a few ways how you can get in touch with very qualified tax lawyers and CPAs. Okay. So let's I have a little bit of a quiz here. What I want to do is actually test your financial knowledge. Here is the average spending habit. All right. Whatever income that is coming into your household. All right. In the blue slice of the pie here, 20 to 40% of your income is going to debt. That's right. A lot of Americans are in tremendous amount of debt, whether it's your mortgage, whether it's your car loan, whether it's a credit card. Student loan is by far one of the very scary things that's facing the millennials and the newly graduates, of our universities in America. Next is our the taxes. Okay, Uncle Sam has to have his slice of your pie. So Uncle Sam takes out on average 30% of your taxes. All right, so you're bringing in $100 right then and there. It's taking 30 bucks right off the top. And for everything else, after you pay everybody else, then you pay yourself. And that leaves you with about 30 to 50%. Okay, so imagine you're bringing in $100. For every $100 you're bringing in, you're keeping $30 to $50. Okay, now in that $30 to $50, you have to pay your rent or your mortgage. You have to pay your utilities. You have to pay for your cell phone. You have to pay for your kids, necessities, or if you don't have kids, then there are other necessities that you pay for, your clothing, entertainment, saving up for a vacation. And then maybe if you have something left over, you're putting away in an emergency fund. A lot of Americans do not have an emergency fund. So when time comes to all of a sudden repair something in the house, or suddenly something unfortunate happens, people whip out their credit card and pay for, take care of something that way. And then, so what we want to do is actually try to see where we can find you extra money. And where we believe that we can help you find that extra money is by lowering your taxes, okay? We're going to show you how you can lower your taxes and actually put back into your pocket or into an emergency fund or into a 401k, some of the savings that we're going to show you, okay? Let me ask you a question just to test your knowledge. Would you rather receive $17,000 raise every year for the next 10 years or save $10,000 in taxes every year for the next 10 years? What would you rather do? Well, the correct answer for that is, save $10,000 tax every year for the next 10 years. And the reason why is when you get a $17,000 raise every year for the next 10 years, Uncle Sam likes to take a chunk of that, and then Social Security likes to take a chunk of that, and Medicare. After everybody gets paid, again, you'll be making less than $10,000. All right, so there's a strategy here that you want to implement, which is a tax saving strategy. The name of the game is not about how much money you make, okay? It's about how much money you keep. A lot of wealthy people, if you ever eavesdrop into their conversation, or even actually have a conversation with someone wealthy, or even a very successful salesperson, or someone who's making some, a good 6 figures and above income, their biggest complaint is about how much money that they have to pay in taxes. All right. Here's some cash drain myths that you probably don't know about. My accountant takes care of my taxes. Your accountant files your taxes based on the information you give your accountant. Okay? Your accountant is not there sitting next to you, going through every penny that you've earned and figured out where your money has gone to figure out if something is tax deductible or not. Your accountant basically files a return based on your behalf, based on the information that you give them. So if you have children, if you have a mortgage, if you have, whatever W-2, whatever inheritance that you've gotten, you're basically handing that information over to your accountant, and that accountant will file the taxes for you. They're not really figuring out, hey, what's the best strategy for you to implement? They don't get paid enough by you for them to figure that out. Okay, you are responsible for your taxes. You are responsible for your finances. You are responsible to figure out what's the best tax strategy, and you need to pay professionals for that. That is very, by you thinking that my accountant takes care of my taxes is very similar to you saying that, hey, my doctor takes care of my health. I'm eating as much fat and cholesterol that I want, and my doctor is just going inside me every year, cleaning out my arteries, cleaning out my gut, and voila, he has taken care of my health, which is, you and I know that is not true. Okay, everybody's responsible for the health. Everybody's responsible for their finances. Everybody's responsible for their money. Okay. Second myth is I already get a tax refund every year, so I must be doing okay on tax reduction. That is not true. A tax refund does not mean that you're paying less taxes. A tax refund basically means that you overpaid on your taxes throughout the year. So Uncle Sam says, oh, well, you know what? We actually took so much out of your paycheck. Now we have to give some back to you. That's what a refund is. All right. What you want to do is try to keep as much money as you can, as much as possible. All right. Here are some facts that you do not know about. 84% of Americans and small business owners overpay their taxes. All right. 84%, to the tune of 150 billion with a B per year. 90% of you think you didn't even overpay. 90%. What if you can deduct your meals and entertainment? Deduct your vehicle usage, deduct your home office, deduct your equivalent of your kids' college and weddings. I'm not saying deduct your kids' college expenses and things like that. I'm saying equivalent. If you're putting away $20,000 for your kids' college fund, imagine you can deduct all, something equivalent to that amount. Okay, on your taxes. Deduct travel and so on and so forth. The reason why we don't look into deducting these types of, or taking advantage of these types of deductions, is because they're time consuming. They require extra documentation. A lot of us are procrastinators. We lose receipts, and nowadays with the new receipts, the ink fades. All right, it's a pain in the butt to log the mileage that we use to travel. You didn't know the rules, and you are scared of an audit. All right, that's a lot. The fear is a huge thing. What if I can introduce you to some knowledge from a gentleman by the name of Sandy Botkin, who is a renowned CPA and a tax attorney. You don't see that too often. Either you're a CPA or a tax attorney. You don't find someone who is both. He is a trainer of the IRS, president of the Tax Reduction Institute for over 30 years. He's a featured tax coach for Tony Robbins' Wealth Seminars. Best-selling author. He's published many books, but the best-selling author of Lowering Your Taxes Big Time. He has developed an app to help you track your expenses and give you education on how to, take advantages of these deductions. What if I can help you get a whole tax team that consults with you every quarter about your tax strategy? Okay. What if I have some lawyers that I can introduce you to that are on your side, that make sure that you are protected from an audit, that basically you are within the guidelines of the law? What if I can help you get that? What if I can get you all this and so much more for about $4.17 a day? Okay, it's actually a little less than that. But what if I can get you all that and so much more for $4.17 a day? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to first give you a disclaimer before I go into what I have to show you about Tranont. The hypothetical examples that I'm showing you does not mean that it is for everyone. This all basically, it's not guaranteed. It depends on an individual effort. So if you're going to make the effort to document your receipts and use the app, use the financial education that Tranont is going to provide, then by all means, you can definitely get these kinds of results that I'm going to share with you. All right. What I want to introduce you to is Tranont. Tranont is plays in the financial education services company. Their mission is to change the world's economy one household at a time. Tranont's vision, and this is a vision that I share as well, we offer individuals world-class financial education and training, financial management tools, digital protection, and best-in-class retail services. Okay, you will not find this anywhere else. The industry that we're playing in is the financial services industry, which is over $1 trillion industry and constantly growing. There's thousands of success stories that we have to share. People just getting tremendous value out of Tranont on keeping their money, securing their money, and growing their money. Okay? So here's some of the partnerships that Tranont is aligned with to help you grow your money, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Here are some core services that will help you keep your money and secure your money. So here's some financial education tools. Tranont OneView. Tranont OneView is the flagship product of Tranont. What you basically do is put in your credit card information, your bank account information, and all your financial information that pulls in all your income, all your expenses, and gives you a full one view of your entire financial picture. So if there is some, income drainage that you have not known about, for example, if you have signed up for a particular subscription and you don't know why you're paying $10 a month for a particular subscription, Tranont OneView will bring it to your attention. Tranont Defend, okay? Cyber crime is the fastest growing crime in the United States and all over the world. All right, there's so many people that are just victims of ID fraud and getting so much money drained from their bank accounts. Tranont Defense will help you secure your money and secure your identity. TaxBot. This is an incredible, incredible app. You can think of this as your personal bookkeeping person in the palm of your hand. Whenever you have a coffee with someone and you speak to them about your home business, you can deduct that. The mileage that you drive to and from a particular to go see a friend and you tell them about Tranont and your home business, you can deduct that mileage. Tranont Legal. This is a legal team that is in your back pocket whenever you need them to review a contract, send a letter, help you with disputes. Tranont Legal is there for you every step of the day. It's a whole team. Tranont Tax Preparation and Services. This is a whole CPA tax preparation team that sits with you, not sits with you literally, but gets on the phone with you every quarter and figures out your tax strategy. And they file your taxes for you for your business, your home business, and your personal tax return. You can't get this kind of value. And there's Tranont Credit Services. If you have tax liens on your credit, if you have people calling you about debt collectors, these guys will get that, get them off your back. They will abide by, they will use the Tranont legal team to basically get, bad credit, your bad credit turned around. All right, which will give you tremendous amount of savings. And there's so much more, and you can't beat the price of $4.17 a day. I'm sorry, you just can't find this much value out there in the market. All right, now, I just talked to you about how you can save money on your taxes. I just talked to you about how you can probably save money on the current car payment that you have, probably on your student loans that you're paying a very high percentage on due to your bad credit. Now, I'm helping you keep your money. Now I'm going to help you, and I've also talked to you about securing your money by protecting yourself from cyber threats and identity theft. Now I'm going to talk to you about growing your money. There are some retail partners that we partnered with, like Dish TV and DirecTV, merchant processing like National Processing, and business phone services like Jive. There's a whole sister company called Tranont Life. If you are interested in selling life insurance agents make a lot of money. There's a huge market for this. This is where you can start growing your money. Okay. All right, here's some, and here's the thing. The best part about this is that you don't have to become a professional salesperson. If someone is looking for life insurance that you know about, what you do is take their information and you basically hand them over to a licensed agent from Tranont. If you want to become a licensed agent yourself, by all means, I encourage you to do that. And you will basically reap the rewards and benefits of that. If someone is looking for Dish or satellite TV, DirecTV or Dish, what you do is just get their information, fill out the form, and the Dish and DirecTV sales team will close the deal for you. You don't have to become a professional salesperson. A Tranont Solar, InfoSafe, excuse me, Tranont background checks from VicDig. All you have to do is get their name, phone number, information, fill out the information here on the website, and their sales team will basically take care of it for you. They will close the deal. They will give them the quote, whatever it is. You don't have to worry about a thing. You just have to hand over that person's information. I'm sure a lot of us can do that. All right. So here, so just to talk to you a little bit about the commissions, if you have 21 plus or services, that's 30% of the annual, of the commissionable billings. For example, here's an example. If you have 20 services, so that falls in the category of 15%, average of $100 a month, $2,000 commissionable billing revenue. That's extra $300 per month. That's $3,600 annual residual income on just the services. There's a whole another bonus program that Tranont offers. How to get started. What you do is become a Tranont associate. What you will get is financial education, a marketing platform which allows you to share the Tranont home business, a business management application. We are US based and we are set for global expansion. What you have to do is just basically plug into the Tranont system. You will plug into my team, and whoever has invited you to this webinar, you plug into their team as well. There is no competition between the associates and the different lines, okay? we will help you acquire the customers. Here's the monthly team bonuses. So aside from the retail money, residual income that you get, here is what you get for sharing the Tranont home business with other folks. If you get 3 associates, right, you share this with 3 of your friends, the core service, and they get on the core service, you get $100 a month monthly bonus. If those 3 people basically get 3 more people, you get a $250 monthly bonus, or you get $500 monthly bonus to buy your own Jeep. All right. The reason why we picked Jeep is because the Jeep, Rubicon, the Wrangler, the Jeep Grand Cherokee or Cherokee, these all have the highest resale value in their class. All right. And, you know, I can go through line by line for, as you know, what kind of money you can be getting. You know, there you can go beyond $20,000 a month, which is incredible. And this is just by, you know, your friends sharing and then you helping others share. You can participate in the bonus pool, for example. If Tranont makes a lot of money, what Tranont does is they put aside a bonus pool. So aside from you getting your team bonus and the Jeep bonus, they'll give you a retirement bonus and they'll give you a bonus pool. So Tranont is very generous, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it is an unbelievable company that really is changing lives, changing households, changing the economy. It is just incredible. I mean, it's basically a no-brainer. All right, there's a tremendous amount of training and support on how to acquire customers. Again, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. All right, and you know, with my team, what we're doing and leveraging webinars and technology and social media, we are definitely planning on giving you back your time and, you know, not chasing people on the malls or in the cafes and whatnot just to get people to sign up. That is not part of my plan, and that's not how I plan on leading the team. What we're really planning on doing is giving you, you know, a real vehicle to jump on, where we're helping you build your team. All right, there's some national conventions, so plug in. So get started. That's what we want you to do. Go schedule a Tranont launch. Complete the launch form, schedule your CNA. All right, or you can become a customer. If you're not really feeling the whole the home business part, you can definitely become a customer and take advantage of the core services. All right, so that's all of Tranont for now. You know, that is what we have to offer. I strongly encourage you to, you know, sign up right now. You can contact me, nusrith.big@gmail.com. Let me quickly give me 1 second. Okay, in the chat, I will put nusrithbig@gmail.com. All right, contact me and get signed up. All right, in the description of this video, what I will do is actually put in, let's stop screaming. I'll put in my email and definitely want you to get signed up. All right, so I wanted to be respectful of your time. I don't want to take the full hour, although this webinar usually goes 45 minutes to an hour. What I really want you to do is seriously think about why you want to change your current situation. Are you doing it for your family? Are you doing it for yourself? Do you want more out of what what your current 9-to-5 job is providing? For me, I'll share with you that, you know, working for someone else is great. You know, I'm very grateful for whatever job that I'm working at. You know, I really am. However, an employer is really not interested in your financial future. The only person that's interested in your financial future is you. And the only person that can take control of your financial future is you. Okay? An employer, their basic thing to do is make a profit. Okay, that's the basis, and that's the foundation of a company, of a business. Okay, so if a business needs to cut employees, they will do so. If they need to cut products, they will do so. If they need to cut some long-term strategy, they will do so. If you're working for a public company, then you have shareholders to answer to. But a company is not really responsible for your retirement. They will have 401k plans set up, but really it is your responsibility. So the home business market is an incredible market. It's a $200 billion industry. And you combine that with the Tranont financial education industry that we're part of, which is a $1 trillion industry, you can't beat the combination of the two, okay? You really can't. I mean, every household needs a lawyer. Every household really needs to protect themselves from identity theft. Every household needs a tax strategy. We're paying so much to the government, and really you need to keep your money, secure money, and grow your money, okay? And what I invite you to do is sign up. I put my email address in this, in the chat box. I will put it in the description of this video, and I welcome you to Tranont. Thank you so much. Have a good one.